Directors for the College of Natural Sciences. Sorry, something popped up. And I would just really want to advocate for everyone, and to especially students that are in STEM. It is a rigorous major and career, and so that I just want to make sure everybody's voices are heard, especially for the underrepresented colleges or departments within the College of Natural Sciences. And yeah, I just want to create change. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next up we have Jessica.
Hi, my name is Jessica. I'm a third-year student. I'm actually from PDC, so I go to PDC. And I'm running for PDC representative. So I've always been really involved on campus, but I got the chance of being part of the PDC advisory committee, hands-on with our current PDC representative. And just doing all of that really made me want to be more involved on campus and make a change somehow. And so I really want to represent all PDC students and just voice any needs and concerns that they have that they might be afraid to voice to someone who's higher up, so they might feel more comfortable voicing it to an actual student. So that's mainly what I really want to do, just voice their needs and concerns and try to make any changes that I feel that they need and I hear that they need.
Thank you. Okay, next up we have Natalie.
Hi, my name is Natalie Ramos. I'm running for the Social Behavioral College representative. I currently hold that same position, so this would be my second term. I'm running because I really enjoy doing what I do and like going to the committees and meetings and being a part of the change the students need. And for the SBS college, it's a very big college, so advocating for them is especially a really big necessity, since there is a lot of things that they need and a lot of majors that need to like have things allocated to them.
Thank you. Okay, next up we have Victoria.
Hi everybody, my name is Victoria Ayala and I'm running to be the board of directors for the College of Natural Sciences. What I want to advocate is I want more community service. I want more opportunities for all of the majors or departments under the natural sciences to volunteer. There are a lot of underrepresented majors under our college, and I want to give them more opportunities, more volunteer work, if they're so willing to accept, to get them out there and give them a chance to thrive and give them, the networking that we all need to succeed after college. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then our final candidate, Yating?
Yeah, Yating.
Yating, okay.
Hello everyone. My name is Yating Zuo. I'm also an international student and I'm a freshman right now. And I run for the position of student at large because I want to help more international students make their voice here and help more international students have connect with school with like local students. So yeah.
Thank you. Okay. And so now that introductions have taken place, we're going to get into the questions. So everybody's going to have an opportunity to answer the question. So the first question is, if you were elected, what would be the first thing you would like to do or achieve? So we'll go ahead and start with you, Yating, and then we'll go, I'll call on the candidates to make sure everybody gets a chance to speak. Remember, you have 1 minute to answer the questions.
So I'm first or?
Yes.
Okay, so you mean if I get in the position, what I'm going to do the first?
Yes, what would you like to do first?
First, I would like make a group chat, but the group chat not only include international students, but also have American, like people who study in San Bernardino, because I don't think because I have a international group chat on WeChat. Usually we because I'm part of member in Chinese Student Associate, so we will have like school events, we will post on the WeChat and so on. But I don't think Chinese students have a lot of conversation with school, with student not who not like with local students. So I think I'm gonna do that first because I want to help more people to know our Chinese students or like foreign students, and I want to help them voice to be heard. So I would like to do that first.
Thank you. Okay, next up we have Jessica. Same question. If you want me to repeat the question at any time, just let me know, because I know as we get through the candidates list, it can kind of get lost what was originally asked.
So I think the first thing I would do, it's something that we were trying to work on when I was part of the PDC advisory committee, was getting some kind of food source on our campus, because PDC doesn't currently have any. We do have businesses across the street and everything, but you know, sometimes it's hard for a student to go across the street between, maybe they have like 10 minutes to get to class and they can't run and get something really quick. So I think a big thing I would try to do is get some kind of on getting maybe food trucks on our campus at least like once or twice a week, to see if that would be something students would want to see. So I think that's the first thing I would do, because I've heard that that's a lot of students' concerns when they get there. When we do tours, students ask like, oh, where's your like cafeteria, or like, do you guys have somewhere we could get food? And we just kind of have to mention places across the street. So I think I would definitely work on getting some kind of food sources to students for.
Thank you. Okay, next up we have Jessica.
I just went.
Oh, sorry, Natalie.
So from my time being on here, I know the concerns from the social and behavioral science. If we're allowed back on campus, it's just that they want to see more microwaves in the building, since there's like currently like none in there for students to use. And if it's not like that, it'd be a major thing would be to kind of create a safe, either find a room or a meeting, or just create an event where students can go and voice their concerns, because a lot of them weren't sure like if they had a safe space to go and either complain about a course professor or just be heard. They felt like they didn't have anywhere that's set where they can do that and it's safe, and they wouldn't get like in trouble or just any repercussions for just talking. So kind of like a counseling thing.
Thank you. Okay, next candidate is Victoria.
So the first thing I'd want to do is I want to start collaborating with the clubs and the department heads. I want to help the clubs promote more, so flyers can be seen by everyone, not just those who are in like the chemistry department or the biology department. Like maybe we can spread the news everywhere so anyone can join. But I also want to talk to the department heads, because I want to see if they can send more internship opportunities to the students who don't currently see those around. So I want to make sure that the students can succeed and can do more outside of what school is currently giving.
Thank you. Okay, and then Alexandra.
I would like to do an engagement initiative for like all students, first years to seniors, so they're more involved within the College of Natural Science, and that they have more resources and know that there's different internship opportunities, scholarships, events going on within the college, and so they can be more alert and more active. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so moving on to our next question. How would you approach representing students virtually? So for this question, we will go ahead and start off with Jessica.
Okay. So I think I would do probably like Zoom sessions, just because I know like, I mean, students might be tired of Zoom because it's something that they're using like so much now, or maybe just like Instagram lives, because, you know, there might be more students on social media, since I see like that's where a lot of students are. And usually when they do like Instagram lives, they tend to join more just because they're always on their phones. So I would either do like a Zoom session, and if that didn't work out, then I would try Instagram live and see if students would go on there and then like engage, ask any questions, or if they want to request to join the Instagram live and like ask a question face to face, then I would do that, because I feel like that's a good way of reaching out to them. Because if students are like on their phone for social media or something, and usually, you know, you get a notification when it says like this person just went live, so they might like click on it and be like, okay, like let's see what they're talking about. So I think that's a way that I would do it.
Thank you for your response. Next, Yating.
I would like to use a school official website. I think most people, when like me, when I exist Blackboard or my Coyote, I would like to open a school website first. So I would like post some like event something on the page. So yeah, and also I may use some international like first like WeChat, Snapchat, something app to have connection with students. So yeah.
Thank you. Okay, our next candidate, Natalie.
Since there is limited resources, I would definitely utilize the social media platforms. And then Zoom as well. With Zoom, it's kind of easier to engage a little bit more since you could like type chats and all that. But I would kind of have sessions where they were more, a little bit more, what's it called? Engaging. So like little games or something like that during Zoom sessions. So it's not just somebody staring at you through a screen and then talking to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Our next candidate, Alexandra.
I use social media and different social media accounts. So like probably creating TikToks or even using Instagram Live. And of course, Zooms, just so everyone's engaged and kind of have like more like a one-on-one and just really just get to know each other through that.
Okay, and then Victoria.
Like most people said, through Zoom, but I think I'd have like late night Zoom meetings. Of course, I'll have daytime Zoom meetings, but I feel after classes have finally settled and you can, you know, finally like process everything that's going on, you're like, what do I do now late at night? And I want to do that for them, but also go through social media. So Instagram, Snapchat, through those, they can send direct message me. They can follow me on Snapchat. They can ask me questions, because as a representative, I feel even though I am for everyone, I can be a friend as well, one-on-one. So I can help them through the college process.
Okay, our next question. How would you describe your leadership style? How do you know that it is effective? And can you provide an example of how you have utilized this style to overcome adversity? So I know this question is a little bit longer and you do have 2 minutes to answer it, but as you get to that 2-minute mark, you'll see me go like this and just know to start wrapping it up. Okay? So we'll start with Alexandra.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, okay. So how would you describe your leadership style? How do you know that it is effective? And can you provide an example of how you have utilized this style to overcome adversity? Would it be helpful if I messaged it in the chat just so other candidates, we can have it in there? Okay,
Yes,
I'll do that
please.
right now. Okay.
I would say my leadership style is more inclusive, making sure that students know I'm here for them and going out and outreaching with students. I think that being inclusive and just seeking out like advice from them and seeing like how they're doing is more my leadership style, and just being proactive and seeing how they're doing. I kind of forgot the part. I know this is effective by, I am a resident assistant in housing, and so I do have residents that always come to me for help and need. And so whenever they come to me, I'm always open-minded and make sure everyone's voice is being heard and inclusive. And the style to I use this style to overcome adversity whenever, if there's like an issue or an incident, I try to just listen to their voice and just hear what's going on and just listen and just be with an open mind and continue to support them as any way I can with other resources that are on campus. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, next, Victoria.
When it comes to leadership, I feel I have a more laid back kind of style. I don't like to force people to think one way or even believe me. I'd like them to believe what you believe, but also be open-minded about what I said. And obviously I'll do the same. I feel like this is effective because if you force your thoughts to someone, they're instinctively going to just reject and not listen. And I don't want that. I want people to fully comprehend and fully understand what is being said, what is being told. And I see this a lot when I do group projects, especially online. You just really have to even though I'm laid back, I still try to voice my opinions oh, maybe we should change this part of the slide, or we should focus on this part of the assignment. But I also allow them to, oh, maybe we can do this and do that. But I definitely don't want to force ideas onto anyone, and I want all the ideas to come to me and just, maybe I can learn something new, maybe they can learn something new. But yeah.
Thank you. Okay, next candidate, Yating.
I think for me it's emphasis, because I think when I think about problem from the perspective of others, I think this problem will help me get a better answer. And for example, when I was in Chinese Student Associate, many people, it's like first time, it's like many people meet for the first time, and not many people were particular outgoing. So I will say hi to them and ask some daily life question for them. So yeah, I think this is my answer for this question.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Jessica.
Okay, I think I'm very open-minded, so I just try to make sure that I listen to what everyone is saying, so everyone's opinions, and make sure that everyone knows that they're being validated and listened to. So I try to do that as best as I can, make sure that I'm hearing people out and people are hearing me out, and vice versa, and just that everyone's collaborations is being listened to. So I would say I was part of the orientation team, so I've been part of the orientation team for the past 2 or 3 years on our campus. And so obviously we're a big group of students, so if we think of an idea of doing something one way, it might work a different way in the way someone else thought it would work. So it's a kind of a collaborative effort, sorry. And there's usually 20, 30 of us, so it's a big group of us, so obviously we have different opinions going back and forth everywhere. But that's definitely a way that I've used it, just because I make sure that, if we've had to solve a couple problems, because we have had to, in the spur of a moment, the day of orientation, something might go wrong, and we have to try to find a way to fix it. We just make sure that we're in whatever group we're in, we're listening to what everyone says and see, try out all the different options and see which one works best, and then just use all of them that everyone's been saying, just because that might work better. So I definitely just try to make sure that I listen to what everyone's saying, and take their opinions and considerations and everything into consideration.
Thank you. Okay, and then Natalie.
So for my leadership style, I consider it both observative and auditorial. So I like to listen to what others have to say, but as well observe, even if when things aren't being said, because a lot of things that aren't said can be very viewed, and they're kind of sometimes more important when someone is afraid to say something and you could just observe what's going on. Aside from that, I would say it's a little bit stubborn as well, but not in the bad sense. So like for me personally, I am stubborn in the sense that if I want something or want to achieve something, I will not take no for an answer. So that's a very like hard-headed kind of direction. And for me, I know it's effective just because throughout my life, I've had to like use it. What's it called? Just because I've gone to where I am just because of that kind of sense that I won't take no for an answer. So I find ways to make things happen. And I've utilized this way throughout my whole life just because I did not have the luxury of being born in this country. So I've had to learn English. So being strong-headed and all that, it's kind of taking no, I've had to deal with adversity practically my whole life and trying to achieve different things. So it's made me a very kind of motivated person. So everywhere I am right now, it's because of that. So I know.
You. Okay, our next question is, serving as a board of director requires a significant amount of time and energy. How do you plan to serve the students of csusb? So Natalie, we'll start with you on this one.
So for the time management, I'm actually pretty good at the time management. I have a planner and then I have a calendar to set forth where I need to do. I plan to serve them as to my fullest potential, meaning I will put aside time where needed, and kind of even if it's way past the time I can do it, I'll make time for it. So that's not a problem.
Thank you. Okay, next candidate, Yating.
For me, I'm a morning person, so I wake up very early, so I will finish my homework and some stuff first, and then I think after that I have a lot of time. And also I'm a freshman right now, so I don't have much stuff to do. So yeah, I think I can manage well.
Thank you. Okay, next candidate, Victoria.
Well, like I said earlier, I want to do the late night Zoom meetings and have students, direct message me. But being a biology major, you really do learn how to manage your time well because of labs and just lectures and homeworks and everything that piles on top of that. So I mean, part of the requirements of being a board member is to have office hours. So I obviously hold that. And I want to just be there for the students as much as I can when I can.
Thank you very much. Okay, next candidate, Alexandra.
I manage my time very well. I have Google calendars and I have an actual physical calendar that I set up my schedule each day just to make sure that I'm on top of my work and that I just do my best each day, making sure that I got each of my tasks and roles done.
Thank you. Okay, next candidate, Jessica.
So I manage my time pretty well too. I have a whiteboard calendar in my room that I have labeled by classes and everything I need to do that week. And then I also have the calendar that's connected to my laptop and my phone. So I just see everything there too. So I think I manage my time pretty well. And I also am the president of a club on campus right now. So I have to set a time aside for that when I do meetings or when I need to meet with all my officers and everything. So I have managed to figure out how to manage my time well and fit everything into my classes. So I think I would do pretty well in the position. And I just really want to make sure that the students are being heard and being listened to and that I can voice their opinions for them.
Thank you very much. Okay, our next question is, what makes you the best candidate for this position? So we'll go ahead and start off with Yating.
First, I think my personality is emphasis, so I will think more when I have a question. First, not only my opinion, but I would like to think more about others' opinion or why they make this like this answer, not this one. So yeah, I think this is my advantage, I think. So yeah, I would like to think that is my advantage of running this position.
Thank you. Okay, next candidate, Alexandra.
I would say that with my experiences in advocating and being a part of a lot of different events and clubs and departments on like in csusb, I believe that with my skills and network of people, I could support the students in the College of Natural Science and really do a lot of outreach and making sure that everybody's voices is heard and making sure that they have support and they know that they can come to me with anything regarding school and life, because end of the day we are human and we have to make sure that we are like not only that we're physically right but mentally, and making sure that you do have someone to talk to. And I just want to make sure that everybody's voices is heard and that I am there for them, and always open-minded and inclusiveness. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next candidate, Jessica.
I think, thankfully, with all the opportunities and everything that I've been able to get on our campus, so had the opportunity of working on campus. So that really opened a lot of doors for me. I've been part of the orientation team. I've been a lot involved in clubs, and then definitely being part of the PDC advisory committee. That was a big thing that really helped me because I got to work one-on-one with our current PDC representative. So I got to see, some of the like duties that he does, being the PDC representative, and then got to hear a lot of students' needs and concerns and stuff that we've been wanting to see for a while now. And that, they might have mentioned a couple times and they just feel like they might not like be listened to. So thankfully, I think with all of that experience that I've been blessed the opportunity of having, I think that's a big thing that'll really help me, and that has given me an advantage because I've, already kind of gotten some experience with hearing what students need and what they want, and some experience in seeing what the position is like. So I think that's like a really big thing. And I just want to make sure that I keep being that person for them, and that I keep being the person who will voice their needs and concerns.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Victoria.
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. What makes you the best candidate for this position?
I believe that I'm relatable to most students on campus. I'm nothing special. I will procrastinate my work. I will put stuff off. But at the end of the day, I always get stuff done. And I feel like that's the attitude for most students. And I feel like because of that, I can be able to connect with them easily. But not only that, I like to talk. I like to meet new people. And as a BOD, I'm obviously going to have to talk to all the professors and the heads, the department heads. And I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to collaborate with them and talk to them about what we can do more. I'm excited to help everyone as far as I know. And I think that's it. I'm just a relatable person. I just hope I can help everyone as much as I can in all of the majors. And yeah.
Thank you. Okay, and then we have Natalie.
So I currently already serve for the social behavioral science representative. So I am aware of what it means, and what it is to be a board member. So with my experience, I can feel like if I had a second term, I could do a lot more, since I already learned and kind of getting the ropes of how to do it. Also, I've had the luxury to already go out and talk to students, see what their needs are. And I'm not a shy person, so for me, it's very easy to advocate and see and ask as well as what they need or what they would like to see within that college. I've also researched some of the what's it called, the majors in that college to see what their steps should be for after college. So if they have any resources that like tests or anything they need to prepare for within the school year.
Okay. Our next question is, what has been your greatest accomplishment as a student leader? So we'll go ahead and start with Jessica.
I think my greatest accomplishment as a student leader is probably just starting my own club on campus. Just because it's the photography club, and it's something that I've been doing as like a passion of mine and something that I kind of just do on the side. And in high school, I was in an academy that focused on the arts, like digital arts, photography, and video. So I think that's like a really big thing for me is like starting the club, because I was really like, I was kind of scared. And I was like, no one's going to join. Like, I'm going to have like one person show up. I'm going to have only my officer show up, and that's like 3 of us. But you don't realize like how much an interest someone has on something until like you go out there and like you do it and you like voice it and advocate for it, so then students know that like you're there. So I think that's like a big thing for me is being able to be president of this club, and I've been able to be president of the club for the past 2 years. So I think that's like a really big thing for me is just knowing that like I was able to like put myself out there and be like the president of a club when I was like kind of shy and scared to do it at first, because I wasn't sure if like I was gonna have any support or anyone like show up behind me. So I think that's like probably one of my favorite.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Natalie.
For me, it's the making the connections with students. So from what I've noticed is, so if you go up to them and talk to them with their concerns, they're very happy to know they have someone they can talk to and approach that isn't in a kind of closed-in environment or anything like that. So it's very kind of making you happy to see how they react to having someone to listen to you and just hear them out, because they are students as well, so they are under a lot of pressure. And then just having someone to just release it that isn't in a kind of academic setting just is nice for them. So I think that's cool.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Victoria.
I was part of the student orientation at PDC last summer, and I was doing that. I was able to talk to a lot of students who had different situations, and you know, it was nice to be able to give my opinions and tell them, don't worry about this or that, because there are support systems here made specifically for this situation and that situation. And I think being that leader, that role model, I think it helps knowing what is available and passing that knowledge off to freshmen or transfers. Because as a college student, you don't know what you're doing. Some of them are undeclared. So what is the plan? But having that knowledge and giving it to other people, that's probably my greatest accomplishment that I could think of.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Alexandra.
I would say my biggest accomplishment here at csusb was joining the ASI Lobby Corps team. It was really out of my comfort zone, and I wasn't too sure how like I would perform, but it was very rewarding that I was able to advocate for the students in the CSU system, the California State University system, for all CSUs. And it was very interesting talking with senators and assembly members to advocate for financial aid and grants and bills that we were trying to reform and talk about. And so I was very grateful for the opportunity and to advocate for students.
Thank you. Okay, and then we have Yating.
I think my own experience is like, I think I always just a microphone to help students speak their thought and voice. For example, because I'm part of Chinese Student Associate, last year we have a Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year event. So, but many students, they have their own idea on thinking way. So, such as like for the program and the dress up something. So after that, I would count the data give to our president, and then to show student ID, and then yeah, just help them to speak out like that. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, our next question. What is your vision for the CSUSB students in your college? So we'll go ahead and start with Alexandra.
I would say my vision for the students in the natural sciences college, just making sure there's a lot of opportunities for them as like fellowships, scholarships, internships to help them further their career, especially research and just events, and highlight the clubs and making sure that all students know what's going on, and especially for first year students and first generation students that are going into the College of Natural Science. Sometimes it could be, I would say, intimidating because you don't know what resources that are available for you, but it's very a need to be a part of the department and know that you are supported, and you know that people are willing to help you go through your college experience with you.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Victoria.
The biggest point I want to get across is I want the natural science majors to all feel appreciated and feel like they're achieving what they want in life. But not only for like the current students, but for the incoming students. And for those who are incoming, I don't want them to think like, oh, this is going to be like the hardest 4 years of my life. Because there's a giant stigma that natural sciences are super hard, and they can be. But with the right resources and the right people around you, you can achieve so much. And I really want more of those students to, even students who aren't a natural science, I want them to get involved in science clubs or even research. I knew a guy who was a music major, and he did a research project, and he switched to biology like after 4 years of doing music, and that even though he loved that, he enjoyed doing biology as well. So I want more experiences like that, minus like the 4 years. I want it to happen a lot sooner, so you know they can find their passion, or even just a hobby, or just make friends.
Thank you. Next we have Yating.
I think students will have a good college life, and SI will help them build their own skill, and those skills can help them in the future work or make their better. And I think most important thing is to help them to find who they really are, because I think many students in college, they need have chance to find the passion and what they really like and what they're gonna to do in the future work. So I think we should do that in the future.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Natalie.
For my vision for them is basically to have them know that they are able to gain access resources without having to scramble all over the place to get them. So for them to feel like there is a sense of community within that college, that they're all there to help them. Because I know some are kind of intimidated to go to office hours or anything like that. And it's just having a safe place for them to be, and then know that they can get the resources they need to be successful throughout their whole college life and even afterwards.
Thank you very much. And then we have Jessica.
I just really want to make sure that the PDC students feel like they're being heard, and they know that they have someone on campus who's willing to like support them and listen, hear them out with everything. Because I feel like sometimes students like have a lot of things that they want to see, or a lot of concerns, or like want something to be changed, but they might feel like scared or don't want to voice it because they think that no one's gonna listen. They're like, if I tell someone, like it'll just go in one ear and like out the other. But I just want to make sure that they really know that they do have someone who's on campus there, who's willing to listen to them, and who wants to make sure that what their needs and concerns are being heard and that they're being represented. Because I feel like that's another thing. I feel like some students feel like PDC might not be represented enough, and so I just want to make sure that those students know that they are being represented and that their needs and concerns are being heard, and that they will be voiced for them, and that we will try our best to make that change and make that happen for them. So I just really want to make sure that they know that.
Thank you. Okay, and then our final question of the day: how will you ensure that you will advocate on your constituents' best interests? So we'll go ahead and start with Yating.
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yep. How will you ensure that you advocate on your constituents' best interests?
What do you mean for the ending part of the question? I don't get it. Sorry.
No worries. So how will you advocate for essentially the students you represent?
Oh, okay, I see. I think first I made this decision for this position, so I'm sure I will give most responsibility for this position, and because I'm running student associate this kind of party part many years from my elementary school, so I think I have enough ability to handle it. So, and also I trust myself I can do my best in this position and help student enjoy their best college life. So yeah.
Thank you. All right. Next we have Natalie.
So for me, I know that everybody in that college is going to have a different opinion of what they want and done for it. So I was thinking of going into so different majors tend to have clubs. So, and those clubs tend to try to advocate specifically for what those majors need. So to get the overall kind of needs and wants, for me personally, I believe it's a good idea to contact the clubs within those majors to see what they want to advocate for their majors and see why. So if I can go in there to talk to different clubs, and then aside from that, talk to individual students to see to the overall concises of the college as a whole, and then individual majors, so that it's not just the most for everybody, but it's the most for individually everybody, if that makes sense.
All right, next we have Jessica.
I think what I've seen from our current PDC representative that has helped him is he does a lot of open forums and stuff. So I think that's one thing that I want to continue doing, is just open forums to make sure that students know they can just stop by, and if they don't see me just anywhere, they can stop by to that open forum and just tell me that if they see anything lately that students might they've overheard from someone but they don't want to say it, then students can just know that that's a time where they can come up and talk to me. And then I can also just let them know that if they just see me randomly in the hallways one time and something pops into their head, they're like, hey, I thought about this the other day, they can come and talk to me and not be afraid to do that. And then I definitely want to make sure that we continue the PDC advisory committee if I'm elected to be in this position, because I think that's one thing that helps, because and make sure that it's actually out there and that people know, because I feel like some people didn't really know that it was an actual thing. So I just want to make sure that students are welcome to be part of that committee, because I feel like students thought it was just just something that you had to be told oh, you want to be part of this. So I want to make sure that students come and know that that's another time for them to voice their opinions and anything that they want to see. So just want to make sure that they know that there's different opportunities for them to have us hear their needs and concerns.
Thank you. All right, and then our next candidate is Victoria.
Well, I definitely want to hold the open forums, like Jessica said. I think that's the best way, but also they might be shy, or there's things that conflict with when open forum is held. So I would probably talk to students individually from each of the college, maybe a select group of students, because I had to look it up of all the departments under the college, the Natural Science College, and there is a lot more than I had previously thought. So, you know, even when I do that, each one of those departments is going to butt heads with the other. So I think the best way to handle that is to maybe find a way to meet in the middle, find that average place that everyone can be like, okay, that's good for right now. But ultimately, I want to have all the departments happy with the choices I've made.
Thank you. All right, and then we have Alexandra.
I would talk to the Dean of Natural Science and each department chair and, excuse me, also each department chair and different clubs that are in the natural sciences and students as a whole, and just understand their needs and what supports that they need and want, and try to advocate for them in my best way. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, so that concludes all of the questions that we have for today. So we're going to give all of you an opportunity to make your closing statement. It is only 1 minute, and I know that that time can kind of fly by. So again, be looking for me to do this. That signifies that your 1 minute is up and to start wrapping it up. So we'll go ahead and start with Natalie.
I just want to say that I've really enjoyed the time that I've had working with the current board right now, and it's something that I do want to continue to do. Seeing and advocating for students is something that I'm very passionate about, and I would really appreciate everybody's support.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Victoria.
I'm excited. If I were to be elected, I'm excited to help all the students around, and I'm excited to meet new people. So I hope that I can be the new representative.
Thank you. All right, next we have Alexandra.
I just want to advocate for all the students in the College of Natural Science and just make sure that their voice is being heard, and that they know that they could go to someone and just know that even though challenges, like things are challenging, but know that there's someone that is willing to listen to them and understand what they're going through. So it'll be an honor, and I'll be very grateful. Thank you.
All right, next we have Yating.
Be the best version you are and help students build the best college life. Yeah.
Thank you. And then lastly, we have Jessica.
I feel like I've been saying this a lot, but I just really want to make sure that, students do know. Again, I've said it like 5 times already, probably more. But I just really want to make sure that students know that they are being heard and that they are being listened to, and that they do have someone who's advocating for them and who's listening to them and representing them. And I love interacting with students and working with them with orientation, and my job on campus, I've been able to do that. And it's something that I really enjoy doing and love doing. And so I just really want to keep doing that. And I think it's something that I'm starting to become really, really passionate about. And I have been working on campus. My boss inspired me to want to do what she's doing. So that's a big thing for me. And interacting with students is like another thing I love doing. And orientation has helped me do that. And so is my job. So I just really want to make sure that I could keep doing that in any way possible. And I would be really grateful if I got this position. It's something that I would be really passionate about.
Thank you. All right, well, that concludes this debate. Thank you all. Thank you, candidates, for participating, and spectators for coming in to be engaged in what's going on in your student government. I hope everybody stays safe, social distance, stay healthy, and we will hold our elections in early May.
Right.
So
Thank you.
anytime, happy to do it.
Thank you guys. Bye.